Friends, here we will see the reactivity with objects. We have already seen reactivity with arrays and variables. So with objects, how Svelte is behaving, let's see that. So let's check with some practical. We open this. So this is the last example we seen with arrays. Now we'll see today with the objects. So I am just commenting everything over here, and we'll try to create one object and see how object behaves on the DOM side, how if there is any changes, how DOM reacts. So let's create one simple example of objects. So let's say let object equal to, I have a name, and that name equals to Ajay, and let's say I have one more key, that is let let's say I have one more variable inside its let's say age, uh, 23. Okay, so this is my uh, my object and how this object is behaving in DOM. Let's check out. So I'm just trying to print the object. I will say JSON dot stringify to print object on the DOM. So this will print my objects. So you will see this. Now what I will do, I will create one button. So just to see the dynamic effect, change object. Okay, so I'm just creating one bucket, one button, and inside this button, I will write some logic. So what I will do is on click of, I will say set obj, and here I will come and I'll write a function o change. What is the function name I have given? Set obj. Okay, so I'll say here set obj. Now what will happen is I will try to change any field here. Let's say obj name I want to change. So I am just changing name to equal to Sanjay. So let's see what happens if I change this. What is the effect on see immediately it takes out Sanjay. So as far as object is concerned, so we are doing here this statement. So whenever there is an equal to sign, Svelte immediately update the DOM. So here, as far as when we saw array and variables, when we saw reactive variables, there was some problem, but here there is no problem. Straight away it is doing the job. So let's assume now we have a array of objects. Now I got this was a simple case we have seen. Now assume we have array with objects. So what will be the scenario that time? So let's assume I have object now with arrays. So remove this. Again, I will comment this. So guys, we are seeing different use cases so that you will understand the things more clearly. So let's say I have an object like this. I have already copied that object, and let's see, I have object. Now inside this object, same object, I have a name and age, and I have three such objects. You can see this, I have three objects. So what I'm trying to do here is, again, I will see how I have three objects: the first object, second object, third object. Okay, now what I will do is I'll try to set one object. Okay, or what I will do is I'll try to remove object. I'll say rm, I will remove one object. So I will write a function here. So this is my object. If you can see here, this three object inside this I have. Now if you want to print list here, you can do that. So for printing list, what you have to do is you have to say each. I already covered this. If you have not seen previous video, please check out each obj as o comma I stands for index, and here I will say close the each, and inside each I will try to print within a heading. So I will say h1 tag, and inside h1 tag I will print o dot name, and what I will do, o dot name and o dot age. So instead of taking heading, I will say span, so that it will not go to the next line. So I'll say o dot name, and here I will say o dot age. Okay, so you will get the object now here. I'll just comment this. This is not required. So you see this on the single line, I am getting two objects. So let's create one div so that you will have everything on the different line. Everything on the different line. Okay, now you can see this. I have three objects. Now, if I want to change any object, or let's say I want to delete any object, so I will put a button over here. Let's say delete. Now what will happen is you will see the button here. If I delete now, what will be the effect on my DOM? Is it going to update immediately or what? Let's see this in action. So here I will write this over here on click equal to, I would say, remove object. I'll comment this. This is not required now. Okay, so this is my code. If you can see this is each block. Inside each block I am taking this object is my this list, and I am taking this O as a single object, and I am printing here, and I am putting a delete button over each object. So whenever you click delete rm obj, I will create here function rm obj. Now what I will do is I will try to delete here, but before deleting I need the index. So what I am trying to do is I am trying to pass the index from here. So I will pass the index, and I'll take that index over here. And what I'll use now, what last time I used splice. So on object there is a method called splice. If I use that splice, and inside splice I have to tell the index is my I. So from this index delete one object. Simple. So this is the way you can delete. It's a plain JavaScript I am doing here. So let's see now. Let's see what is happening over here. So this is my code. Okay, this is my object, this is my function, and this is the markup. So let's delete now. See, nothing has happened so far. So in the last time I told you, whenever there is a splice push or something sort of happened, you need to simply reinitialize the object with itself. So if I say object equal to object here, now let's see what happens. You can see this is gone now. So in object also, whenever you see some kind of scenario like objects inside array, you have to do the same thing. So what this is doing, what Svelte is doing with this. So whenever you change something on some object, very deep object, and for example DOM is not updating, simply do this. In our case what we have done is, it's a very simple case, but when you have some deep object and inside the deep object you have changed some keys and that keys are not updating, so try to do this. If things are not working, what Svelte do, whenever Svelte see this, it will update the DOM. Simple. So friends, this is what is reactivity with respect to objects. Hope you like this video. So please share with your friends and subscribe the channel. See you in the next chapter.